Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, as I bring you this edition of the News Hour, I couldn't be more disappointed to be part of the 50% of this country's population. All of us feel let down. I cannot express in words the shock I feel as I narrate to you this story of the despicable mentality of some of our lawmakers. Yesterday on the News Hour, we named and shamed two Karnataka lawmakers who thought rape was a joke. Belittling the trauma of rape survivors and their families, a Congress MLA and the Karnataka Assembly Speaker laughed off a heinous crime like rape. Unfortunately for the women of India, the insult did not end there. Today, as Times Now confronted the Congress MLA Ramesh Kumar, he saw nothing wrong in his comment. He was just too egotistical to even apologize. All he and his colleague would offer were mere platitudes and a farcical expression of regret. Worse still, as the assembly reconvened today, a woman minister stood up to make her disappointment evident with her colleagues, and she wanted to make it public. But unfortunately for her, she was silenced by the speaker. The speaker who indulged the Congress MLA yesterday, laughed at his rape jokes, the same man who thought that the crass comment was actually a joke made on the floor of the assembly in his presence. Today, he did not allow a woman minister and MLA to make her disappointed, her grievance public on the floor of the House. For him, the matter was over. Just over, just like that. Women can feel what they want. They can be frustrated to be part of this law-making temple of democracy and not have the right to either express disappointment or even be allowed to speak. Yet, the matter was over for the speaker because it was a joke. This is what happened in the Karnataka Assembly. Take a look.
Okay. ರಮೇಶ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಈಗ ಈ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸೋದು ಬೇಡಮ್ಮ. ಮತ್ತೀಗ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಅವರು ವಿಷಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಈ ಸದನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥವರು. ನಮಗೂ ಸಾಂಸಾರಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾವನಾತ್ಮಕವಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ.
And ladies and gentlemen, this mindset cuts across party lines. The speaker who first trivialized the comment and today couldn't wait to brush the matter under the carpet belongs to the BJP. But the MLA who made the comment belongs to the grand old party, the Indian National Congress. The same Congress party that is another part of the country is releasing a women-centric manifesto and urging women to take center stage in India's political scene, even doing reservations in ticket distributions in the state of Uttar Pradesh, because it seems like a great political campaign. Let me refresh your memories, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Priyanka Gandhi Vadras had said a few days ago. That brings me to the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. Shouldn't the Congress party sack its own MLA in Karnataka, Ramesh Kumar? That's the question. And the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Shazia Ilmi, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Sonal Mansingh, member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha, Rami Desai, political analyst, Dushyant Nagar, political analyst, Ehtesham Hashmi, advocate. But my first question goes to Dr. Sumant Sriraman. Dr. Sumant Sriraman, I thought the most empowered woman in the Congress party would feel a little let down by her own colleague in the Karnataka Assembly. But not a single word. She is carrying out a drive of empowerment of women in politics in Uttar Pradesh, but not one word from her on Ramesh Kumar, her own party's MLA in Karnataka. Glaring oversight, or just turn your face the other way, look the other way and pretend it hasn't happened?
Navika, first of all, the statement made by the gentleman is completely unacceptable, obnoxious in the extreme. He has issued an apology and, he has sort of accepted that this was a completely unacceptable statement. Now, obviously, the Congress party has officially come out and has distanced themselves. Both the DK Shivkumar and Mr. Randeep Surjewala have both put out tweets condemning in no uncertain terms the statement made by the gentleman. Now, you must also realize, if you had seen the footage, that there were several others who actually laughed at the man's statement. And they included members cutting across party lines. It was not just a Congress thing, and much as though you would like to make this a Congress versus BJP affair, the truth of the matter is this is more about the regressive mindset of Indian males and is not a political issue. The men who laughed included the speaker, included other members from both sides. Resignations from both sides. It is unfair to single out one man and ask for his resignation, especially when he has apologized and the others apologized.
All right. I on one point, I have absolutely no quarrel with you, Dr. Sumant Sriraman, that the speaker was laughing and the BJP is as much on the mat as the Congress is. Having said that, the fact that there is such a mindset, the fact that everybody there was laughing doesn't take away from the fact that there was one man who made the statement, and therefore I'm singling out the Congress MLA, and there is one man who was the speaker.
Apology.
1 minute.
I don't know whether you saw it. He has apologized in no uncertain terms.
रात गई बात गई, apology offered, खत्म बात, किस्सा कहानी खत्म. Let's move forward. Today is another new day. Shazia Ilmi, is that the way we are supposed to treat this? Is that the way that both Ramesh Kumar, the Congress party, and the BJP want to treat this? Because Shiv, the speaker did not even want a woman minister to make a statement of disappointment on the floor of the House. He said, "Ye matter is over now. Let's move forward."
Well,
Finished.
I think it's deplorable. I think it's deplorable. I think it's deplorable on the part of the speaker, on the part of the Congress MLA, who has been a speaker, and I think I salute the lady minister and the other woman MLA who protested. They were from the BJP, and I think it's very sad that that women have to suffer this in a body like a legislature, state legislature. We are fighting this on the roads, in the streets, in the academic institutions, in the buses, in public spaces, in cinema halls, and the lawmakers have this kind of a mentality which is not just medieval but so misogynistic. I mean, Norman Mailer said this many years back, that a little rape is good for a man's soul, for a woman's soul. And I just find it shocking that would they wish this upon their women? I mean, if I were to turn it around and ask the speaker, and I have no holds barred when I say this, even if he's from the BJP or Mr. Ramesh, and I would ask this of Priyanka Gandhi too, and whoever represents the Congress, would we wish the same on the children and the daughters and the wives and the mothers and the family members of these people that if you're stuck in a situation where you could be possibly raped, instead of asking for help or getting out, you ought to sit back and enjoy it? Imagine what Nirbhaya went through. I mean, imagine all of us were out on the streets. I mean, was that all in vain? When the entire country was out there, when we fought for rights to make to ensure
rights are we talking about, शाज़िया? इन्हीं हम कौन से हकों की बात करेंगे? हम कौन से एम्पावरमेंट की बात करेंगे? दुष्यंत नागर साहब, प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा जी ने बेड़ा उठाया है एम्पावरिंग वुमेन का, और असेंबली जिसको टेम्पल ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी कहा जाता है, जहां लॉज फ्रेम होते हैं, लॉज पास होते हैं, वहां पर खिल्ली उड़ाई जा रही है बलात्कार की, रेप की। कहा जा रहा है रेप हो रहा है तो कोई बात नहीं, जस्ट लाई बैक एंड एंजॉय इट। आप जानते भी हैं, आप जानते भी हैं या समझ भी सकते हैं एक औरत की पीड़ा, खुदा ना खास्ता अगर उसको ऐसी सिचुएशन में होना पड़े तो। ये आपके लिए मखौल है, ये आपके लिए मजाक की बात है, ये आपके लिए हंसने की बात है, और ये हो रहा है चुने हुए पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स के साथ।
It's quite disgusting.
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने टेम्पल ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी लोकसभा और राज्यसभा में बहुमत होने के बाद भी महिला आरक्षण कानून को पारित नहीं।
अरे क्या आरक्षण देंगे आप?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने
किस बात का आरक्षण? किस बात का आरक्षण? महिलाओं की बेइज्जती का आरक्षण चाहिए आपको?
बहन बेटियों के हक का आरक्षण, महिलाओं के अधिकार का आरक्षण, महिलाओं की शक्ति का आरक्षण।
महिलाओं के अधिकार के लिए आप क्या लड़ेंगे? महिलाओं के अधिकार के लिए आप क्या लड़ेंगे? आपकी पार्टी जो करती है फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस में, आपने सुना नहीं?
33% महिलाओं को आरक्षण देने का जिम्मा उठाया है। किसने उठाया है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी तो नाम भी
कुछ नहीं होने वाला है।
ये तो सो गए आराम से।
आपकी मानसिकता
तो पता भी नहीं है
को लेकर और
इनको तो बैंक बेचना, रोड बेचना, ट्रेन बेचना, अरे ये तो बेचने वाले हैं, ये
कुछ नहीं होने वाला,
ये बनाने वाले नहीं है कुछ भी।
आपकी बात में कोई,
और यहाँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के
शाज़िया जी एक मिनट, शाज़िया जी एक मिनट, शाज़िया जी एक मिनट में आपके पास आ रही हूँ। शाज़िया जी, दुष्यंत नागर, शाज़िया जी एक मिनट, allow me to moderate this debate, allow me to moderate this debate। सब एक दूसरे के ऊपर बोलेंगे तो सुनाई नहीं देगा दर्शकों को। कम से कम दर्शक ये तो सुन ले जो दुष्यंत नागर कह रहे हैं। आरक्षण किस बात का देना चाहते हैं आप आरक्षण इस बात का देना चाहते हैं कि आप और बेइज्जती करें औरतों की? इस बात का आरक्षण चाहिए आपको? क्या आरक्षण देना चाहते हैं आप दुष्यंत नागर जी?
महिला आरक्षण जो महिलाओं का अधिकार है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने संसद में बहुमत होने के बाद भी आरक्षण,
आप रमेश कुमार की बात बताइए। आरक्षण की बात करने के लिए आप काबिल ही नहीं है, आप में वो काबिलियत नहीं है।
आंसू बहाते थे।
संरक्षण दे नहीं सकते, आरक्षण देंगे, संरक्षण दे सकते हैं आप जो आरक्षण देंगे।
इनका बहुमत है, राज्यसभा में इनका बहुमत है, विधानसभाओं में इनका बहुमत है।
बुनियादी इज्जत नहीं दे सकते,
लेकिन ये बात नहीं करते,
बुनियादी इज्जत नहीं दे सकते।
ये बात नहीं करेंगे। बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ का जो बजट था सारा इन्होंने ऐड में दे दिया। अरे किसी बेटी की मदद नहीं की इन्होंने। ये किस मुंह से बात करते हैं?
रमेश कुमार जी कांग्रेस के एमएलए किसकी मदद कर रहे थे?
छोड़िए,
लाई बैक एंड एंजॉय।
गलत बैठे हैं
दुष्यंत नागर जी, दुष्यंत नागर
मांग लिया उन्होंने।
दुष्यंत नागर जी, रामी देसाई,
माफी मांगा है।
रामी देसाई एक मिनट, रामी देसाई,
अरे अब इतना आसानी से नहीं कोई मानेगा।
रामी देसाई, I want to ask you this. You talked to Dushyant Nagar about what happened on the Karnataka Assembly floor, and he tells us about women reservation. You think women reservation is going to solve the problem of the mindset that exists cutting across party lines?
Absolutely not, Navika. I mean, what has happened, what we have heard, is so wrong on so many levels that I don't think I know where to start from. Having said that, Mr. Dushyant has clearly he's clearly made it apparent to us that he has absolutely no idea how offensive this incident is. He has not shown 1 ounce of empathy, 1 ounce of apology, just like Mr. Ramesh. Now let me say this, Navika, that this was not the first time that Mr. Ramesh had made a comment like this alluding to rape. In 2019, I believe, he had compared himself to a rape victim. Now I would like to know, by all these defenders of this sort of misogynistic thought on the panel today, that have they been living under a rock? Do they not understand the fact that this is absolutely reprehensible and offensive to every woman, and as it should be to every man in this country? But what runs a real shiver through my spine is people like Dushyant, who are exactly the kind of people that we saw in the assembly laughing, including the speaker. Was there not one man who could stand up and defend women, defend a decent society that we aspire to live in, defend the victims of rape and what they've had to go through? Was there not one man who thought that he should really stand up and make a point and object to the kind of discussion and statements that were being passed? These are the kind of statements that embolden rapists. These are the kind of statements and people defending them, like Dushyant, who embolden people who think that it is okay to take the law into their hands, it is okay to mistreat women, it is okay to rape, because they feel that they can get away. If elected representatives are making such frivolous jokes, if they think that rape can be made fun of, what other hope do we have in life?
समर्थन नहीं किया, आप गलत प्रस्तुत मत करिए।
I am sorry, यूपी में प्रियंका गांधी जी कह रही है लड़की हूँ लड़ सकती हूँ, किससे लड़ेंगे हम? आपसे लड़ेंगे हम? From people within our society, we are supposed to fight, people who claim that these are the kind of they have.
दुष्यंत नागर जी, आपने कब कंडेम किया? मुझे तो नहीं सुनाई दिया, रामी जी को नहीं सुनाई दिया, शाजिया इल्मी आपको सुनाई दिया? एनी कॉन्डेमनेशन फ्रॉम दुष्यंत नागर? इन्होंने सिर्फ आरक्षण की बात की और बीजेपी को टारगेट किया. डिड ही कंडेम रमेश कुमार स्टेटमेंट और नॉट? आई वांट टू no 1 minute. I want to take a roll call around the panel. दुष्यंत नागर, आप रुक जाइए. शाजिया इल्मी, दुष्यंत नागर ने रमेश कुमार का स्टेटमेंट कंडेम किया या नहीं किया? मुझे बताइए.
महिला आरक्षण विधेयक को कानून.
I want to say something here.
I only want a yes or no answer. I only want a yes or no answer on whether he condemned the statement or not.
No, he did not condemn. He ignored.
Sumant Raman, did Dushyant Nagar condemn? Did Dushyant Nagar condemn Ramesh Kumar's statement? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Again and again in the last 2 minutes, he is repeating it.
No, that he said now. When he started his women reservation bill, did he condemn?
I'm sorry.
Did he condemn? Did he condemn at that time?
With the women's reservation bill, but as the other
Rami, you didn't hear it, and I want to get in Mr. Hashmi. Mr. Hashmi on the panel. He's an advocate. Mr. Hashmi, did you hear?
I was waiting for an apology.
1 minute. Panelists, please 1 minute. Mr. Hashmi, did you hear Mr. Dushyant Nagar condemning the statement by Ramesh Kumar? Did you hear it?
No, I'm not heard. But personally, as a lawyer, we all should disapprove these kinds of objectionable exchange between speaker and that MLA. One most important thing which I would like to mention before all the honorable panelists in this channel, आपको सबको याद होगा कि एक बार एक बीजेपी के सीनियर लीडर ने भी एक रिमार्क किया था 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड.
कोई समर्थन नहीं है.
और एक बार एक और सीनियर बीजेपी के लीडर ने एक कांग्रेस की लीडर को शूर्पणखा का भी तमगे से नवाजा था. तभी अगर हम लोग कोई कड़ा कदम उठा के उन लोगों को पार्लियामेंट से या संसद से बाहर का रास्ता दिखा देते तो आज हमको ये दिन नहीं देखना पड़ता. चाहे बीजेपी के लीडर हो चाहे कांग्रेस के लीडर हो, उन सबको हमारी जो हिंदुस्तान में हमारी बहनें हैं उनको अपनी सिस्टर की बहन की नजर से देखा जाना चाहिए. लेकिन जब भी हमारे
तो
हिंदुस्तान की
रमेश कुमार जी सिस्टर की नजर से देख रहे थे औरतों को जब ये स्टेटमेंट दे रहे थे कर्नाटका की असेंबली में?
बिल्कुल नहीं, वो एक शर्मनाक बयान था उनका, एक शर्मनाक बयान था। और उस शर्मनाक बयान पे जो स्पीकर साहब थे वो भी एक बेशर्म इंसान की तरह हंस रहे थे,
लेकिन आप मुझे ये बता दीजिए, कि कांग्रेस की प्रेसिडेंट, एक मिनट, आई एम आस्किंग यू अ क्वेश्चन, कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट इज अ वुमन, should she apologize on his behalf and sack this MLA or not? Why she quiet? 18 hours, 24 hours later?
इंटरनल इंक्वायरी इज ऑन, नेचुरल जस्टिस का प्रिंसिपल फॉलो होता है यहाँ पे।
इसमें क्या इंटरनल इंक्वायरी है?
बीजेपी की सरकार है,
इसमें क्या इंटरनल इंक्वायरी है?
एक तरफ तो मोदी जी कहते हैं कि वो ट्रिपल तलाक पे मुस्लिम महिलाओं के लिए कानून बनाते हैं उनकी इज्जत बचाने के लिए, तो आज जो हमारे हिंदुस्तान की बहनें उनके लिए फिर मोदी जी कानून क्यों नहीं बनाते? एक तरफ तो खुद स्टेटमेंट देते हैं 50 करोड़ की
रामी देसाई, is there an internal investigation required on what happened in the house which is on camera, and statements have been made both by the MLA. My reporter, the Times Now reporter has gone and asked them time and again, and they say there's nothing wrong. Rami Desai, what internal inquiry is he talking about?
Sham is totally lying.
Navika, I don't know whether I should laugh or I should cry at the state of affairs. The people who come on your panel are educated, they're well known, and if they are going to make excuses like this, if they are going to protect perpetrators like this, I don't think we have a hope in hell. Having said that, I also take objection to the fact that every man should look at every woman like a sister. I mean, is that the only level of respect? Only if I'm somebody's sister should I deserve any respect? Every man should look at every woman as a human being who deserves the kind of protection and deserves the kind of respect that any other man has, you know. So this entire sort of comparison that only if you're somebody's sister will they give us respect is absolutely horrific in this day and age, because I think when we're talking about gender equality and we're talking about these big words, I think it's...
शायद आपने वो प्लेज नहीं ली तो इसलिए आप ये स्टेटमेंट दे रही हैं।
Comment on what this person claiming to be an advocate said.
Sorry, I don't agree with you. I don't take any pledges. I have respect for human beings because I have respect for human beings. If I don't have a brother, that doesn't mean, by your logic, it would mean that I don't deserve respect. Anyway, that is a matter aside. The fact is that you don't need any more proof than you already have. We've already seen on video. We've already seen what they've said. We don't need any proof beyond that to be able to say that this man should not be representing anybody. This man should not be in an assembly. This man should be reprimanded and punished for what he has said.
There cannot be two ways about this. I know Dr. Sumansi Raman and Shazia Ilmi want to come into the debate. I'm going to get you both into the debate, but kindly may I please request you not to speak over each other. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity. Shazia Ilmi, you wanted to make a point. After you, I'll go to Dr. Sumansi Raman. Yes, Shazia.
Yes, the person who claimed to be an advocate, who Rami fixed fair and square, I would like to tell him that it was not Mr. Modi who made the law, it was the Supreme Court of this country who decided and gave a historic verdict when women went to the courts of India and wanted a law on banning triple talaq, and which the government was, be quiet sir, let me demolish you and your understanding of law, and which the government was mandated to do as guided by the Supreme Court, unlike the Congress party, which no, you demolished your knowledge of law, and what a fake lawyer you are, and what a politician you really are, and how biased you actually are, and what a misogynistic you are deeply. So I want to expose you for who you are. It was not Mr. Modi who made the law. Mr. Modi merely Mr. Modi just followed the Supreme Court verdict. Mr. Modi and the government followed the Supreme Court verdict, unlike Rajiv Gandhi, who overturned the Supreme Court worked it, and who on Shabano case. That is the difference between the two governments. That is how much you know about law, Mr. Ehsan or Ehtisham, whoever you are. That's how deep your knowledge of law or anything or even humanity.
I really don't understand. I really don't understand. Everybody wants to speak at the same time. You know, everybody wants to speak at the same time. If we cannot between the five panelists on this panel, if we cannot even allow each other the courtesy of allowing somebody to complete a sentence, I don't know what kind of politics that we are getting into. I'm going to lower everybody's faders, and I'm going to allow only one person to speak at this point. Dr. Suman C. Raman wants to come in, and Dr. Suman C. Raman, the floor is yours. All other faders are down.
Yeah, Ravika, I want to make 2 points. First of all, I'm thankful to Shazia for actually being graceful enough to say this is not a Congress versus BJP issue, and there are guilty on all sides of the aisle. And I think that that's very, very important, because the moment this becomes a Congress versus BJP issue, it becomes a tutu meme, and the issue gets diverted or distracted. Second, you wanted the Congress president, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, to issue a condemnation. Now, we got to have a uniform standard. You can't have one standard for the Congress party and another for the BJP. Multiple times, Navika, on this show, where I have participated in debates, where you said for all the statements which are unseemly or unacceptable made by BJP leaders, the Prime Minister is not answerable, or the Prime Minister does not have to issue a condemnation. But in this case, it seems that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi has to condemn, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has to issue a condemnation.
You know, Suman,
it doesn't, I mean, you have to have a uniform standard. You can't have two different standards.
Dr. Suman C. Raman, may I just have the luxury of having your attention for just 30 seconds? The reason I said that the Congress president should speak on this or sack her MLA, she needn't speak, she can sack, actions will speak louder than words, is only because I felt as a woman, she would feel the pain that a woman would feel when something like this is stated by her own MLA, and maybe she'll feel strongly enough considering Priyanka Gandhi Vadra are talking about empowerment of women. This behavior by their own MLA might just strike them as something that is unacceptable. Well, I'm not forcing anybody to speak. I'm not forcing anybody to speak, but I'm saying that it would be welcome if a woman leader of a party like the Grand Old Party of India were to speak and condemn. It would give the women's empowerment movement way more power than just giving tickets to 33% women. Rami Desai.
Absolutely, you've hit the nail on the head, Navika, because when you are running one of your most powerful campaigns and it is titled Ladki Hoon, Lad Sakti Hoon, you have to realize that this is what exactly women have to fight, which is this sort of thought process, this sort of misogynistic attitude. And if you're not willing to condemn it, then as far as I am concerned, this is hypocrisy. You know, you are running this campaign for your political career, for your political ambitions, not really for the benefit of any women or for empowering young girls, which I think is the need of the hour. I think this is something that Priyanka Gandhi has spoken of, and therefore it becomes her responsibility, Navika, to come out and condemn this so that it goes out as a message. Also, it strengthens her campaign. Having said that, clearly, you know, this is not a BJP Congress issue. This is generally a societal issue. But clearly, you know, using women's issues as a ploy to capture the imagination or to project yourself as a progressive person is absolutely wrong. I think, you know, this is something that I would call out, and I would call out only as hypocrisy and nothing else, you know. And I think if Priyanka came out, it would only do her some good. It would do her campaign some good. It would give women in this country some strength to fight this sort of misogyny. But if she chooses not to, that's up to her, and it makes her agenda very clear to us.
Well, दुष्यंत नागर जी, 2 लफ्ज कह दीजिए कि रमेश कुमार ने जो कहा
देखिए
वो कांग्रेस में भी एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है और शायद उनका
अरे वो मैंने शुरू में ही बोला है बहन जी, हाथ जोड़ के बोल रहा हूं, मेरी बातों को घुमाइए मत। बड़ी बहन माफ करिए मुझे, मैंने डिबेट के शुरू में बोला है रमेश कुमार की बात से, विचारधारा से कोई सहमत नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आपको एक चीज कहना चाहता हूं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पाप किया है। बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ के बजट का 79.4% पैसा इन्होंने अपने प्रचार पे खर्च कर दिया। बहन बेटियों के ऊपर इन्होंने कोई ध्यान नहीं दिया, और जिस प्रकार से उत्तर प्रदेश में और मध्य प्रदेश की सरकारों में अपराध बढ़े हैं बच्चियों के प्रति, महिलाओं के प्रति, उनके स्कूल जाना की दर घटी है, ये चिंताजनक है। भाजपा के लोग सिर्फ ज्ञान दे के चले जाते हैं, ये उसके अलावा कुछ काम नहीं करते। अब पूरे देश को बेच रहे, एक एक संस्थान को बेच रहे, उस बिके हुए पैसे में से कुछ बहन बेटियों के लिए खर्च कर देते, उनकी सशक्तिकरण के लिए, उनके एजुकेशन के लिए, तो देश का भला हो जाता। पूरा मेजॉरिटी लेके ये लोग बैठे हुए हैं पार्लियामेंट में, राज्यसभा लोकसभा के अंदर, लेकिन ये कभी महिला आरक्षण विधेयक की बात नहीं करते, उसको तो भूल गए हैं। ऐसे लोग ये 2 तरीके की बातें करने वाले लोग हैं। इनका कैरेक्टर देखिए, इनका डबल कैरेक्टर है, बोलने का कुछ है, कर्म का कुछ है। अगर ये चाहते तो अब तक महिला आरक्षण विधेयक पास हो चुका होता।
शाजिया जी,
ये भाई साहब, दुष्यंत जी, आपने फिर से साफ जाहिर कर दिया ये कि आप में जरा सा भी, इतना सा भी आप में ना तो पश्चाताप है ना अफसोस है कि इतने घिनौने मानसिकता के लोग आपकी पार्टी में हैं। आपके दिमाग में सिर्फ राजनीति राजनीति है, महिलाओं की इज्जत, उनका ख्याल।
शाजिया जी, इस बात पर तो मैं भी कहना चाहूंगी शाजिया जी कि स्पीकर के लिए भी बेड़ा उठाइए। स्पीकर ने जिस तरह से वहां इंसोलेंटली the way he was laughing is unacceptable, it is repulsive, and I said that yesterday on the news hour, and I'm saying it again today, ladies and gentlemen, there's not much to choose from. There is not much to choose from between the Congress and the BJP. There is a problem with the mindset. When there is a former chief minister like Digvijay Singh who calls his own party lady Meenakshi Natarajan Tanch Mal, when there is Mulayam Singh Yadav who says ladkon se galti ho jaya karti hai, when there is a speaker in the Karnataka Assembly who laughs at a rape comment, who does not allow women MLAs and ministers to express their disgust on these comments on the floor of the House, saying that the matter is over, then, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about one political party. It is about a mindset. And it is this mindset that we will not tolerate. Here on Times Now, I continue to demand that not just the Congress MLA should be sacked, it should be the Speaker of the Karnataka Assembly who should be sacked, because that face on which the cameras were trained, that laughed at this obnoxious joke, is not something women of this country are going to forget in a hurry. So decision makers on either side of the spectrum need to sit up and listen to the 50% that constitutes India. और वो कहा जाता है ना कि नारी के गुस्से से डर के रहना चाहिए। नारी का गुस्सा भस्म भी करता है। Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 1.